Hi guys, we are going to do some great chenille dot artwork on our veils, and we are going to have fun with it. I will tell you today was just one of those days that wasn't going my way. I'm here, so I'm happy to be here. Um, I'm blessed in that way, but you know, when you have those days when you just get disappointing news, or you realize you have to dish out funds you don't have, or you have to deal with the unexpected. You know those days. You know those days, and I feel like all three happened in one day for me, and that's okay. But you know what? It's better because you're here. You know why? Because we're going to do some crafts. And one thing I find, um, I know y'all see me take a little break from my veils and so forth, but my veils make me happy. So do the hats. But the hats, my veils and fascinators make me happy. The hats, I'm taking you on that adventure with me as I'm learning how to do structured brim hats. But the veils and the fascinators are satisfying because I can start it and complete it in just an hour or two. And I'm so happy because I feel like I've completed something, and it just makes my day to know that I've completed something that I love, that puts me in a good mood, that keeps the focus off of me, and my little challenges, but it's all okay. It's always going to be okay. Just know that, okay? It doesn't matter what. You may have a tough time, but call that person. I've already called my sister and my mom, and they've helped me in their way. Now I'm calling on my crafts. I'm not just, you know, I could easily just sink into bed, but I'm like, no, do something that's going to make you happy, that you feel fulfilled with. So let's get to it, shall we? All right. So I have already, now, this is what they call basically a head block. It's not for hat blocking. And you might be saying, Rita, what does veiling have to do with a hat block? Well, I am going to create a veil, not that is narrow for the front of the face. We're going to create a veil that's wider. So I'm really just using this as a form to create the width of my veil. This is going to be a veil that pretty much covers the whole head, almost like a hat. So I'm using the width part of this head block to form my netting for me. Okay. So I'm pretty much, I want to tell you, when you get your veil, it's usually sometimes crinkled, or it's straight, or has a crease in it. We're just going to form this veil around the head, and then we're going to steam it and make sure it molds nicely around this block. Okay, so I think we've come to a point here. I just need it to wrap all the way around. Okay, and then let's see, top part meets top part, and then we're going to kind of pull everything in. Yeah. So I'm going to sew all of this together and down so it lays flat. But I'm going to sew it together first and then just lay it down. but I am going to form it before I sew it. I'm gonna form it a couple of times just to keep control. Of course, I left my scissors on the table. Just need to make sure I have all my gathering together. I'm gonna make a complete circle with this. Now, if you don't have one of these wood blocks, you can use maybe a wide vase, turn it upside down on its on the open mouth part. You can use a bowl, also turn it upside down. You can use a cake, what is it? A cake, you know what they call that. What holds your cake? Cake holder? Yeah. So you can use anything that has some width to it, okay? So I'm gonna have to make sure I also sew this a little bit. Not too much because I don't want to lose my form. Overlap a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna pin this here. Okay. And then here. Okay. Now I can always give this a little bit more space if I wanted to. If I wanted to make it wider, do I? Like I could give this more leverage. But I'd have to gather it a little bit more up top. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's definitely going to be a nice width. Okay. So let me just put this here down at the bottom. That's the top. These are going to be the sides. Let's see. Yeah, I got a pin somewhere in here. Okay. So, I believe when I cut this, that it's all going to form a little better. I'm going to cut straight as I can here. And then readjust. Okay. Okay. need it to be like this. Yep. Let's see here. Gather a little bit more up here. Let's see. Sometimes people cut at a certain angle. I'm just going to keep gathering until I know exactly what I'm going to sew. Yeah, all this I need to gather. Okay, so we got our nice little circular veil hood, and then I'm just going to steam this and shape it a little bit more. I'm gonna make sure this is pinned down here while I'm steaming. Okay, we're gonna come back and steam. Okay, so I had to fill up on my steamer. I only used distilled water. There are some steamers that say, oh, it doesn't matter, you can use tap water. Don't believe them. You know why? They don't last as long, because when you use tap water, you have calcium buildup, mineral buildup, and I find those that said, oh, it doesn't matter. I don't have those steamers to this day, but I do have had these steamers for a while, the ones that I use distilled water with. So you see that over there? I'm just gonna lay this down. Actually, let me focus on one side. Getting this down a little bit. Now what I want to do to help this out a little bit, I think I want to use a very nice, let's see, I was going to say muslin, but that'll get wet. I think nothing's wrong with it getting wet if you're steaming it, but let's see. If I use this, I'm just using a plain, I need this to lay down, this little puffy side over there. Yeah. Yeah. I want it to stick out, but not from the top, you know what I mean? I think I want to lay that down a little bit. Okay, I have a little bit more form. Now I'm going to needle up and start to sew all of this together, okay, so that it gathers on its own, and yeah, we'll be back. Okay, so just so you can see, I really came in and out of the diamonds, the diamantes, and the netting. And I just kept folding and gathering and folding and gathering to where I had this knot. We're gonna make it neater and pin it down because we're gonna attach a comb at some point, and what's gonna cover this part is probably gonna be a bow. So yeah, so once I have the comb underneath, we're gonna pin that down. So let's get a nice comb. Okay, so now we're going to sew our comb onto the net, okay? And I'm gonna make sure this net is down when I do it. Now, this is not a metal comb, and these 3, 4, 5, 6, I think they come in 5 prongs. This is 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 prongs. This is plastic comb. And this is what I know as a hairstylist. This is when the benefits are good of being a hairstylist. Metal combs, hear me when I say this, metal combs are harder to take out of the hair and more harsh on the hair. Plastic combs have more slip. They have a good enough grip. They have more slip, and it's easier to remove from the head, okay? So that's why I'm using plastic, because it's one of those things, it's like, you'll thank me later. And for those who know, you know. If you know, you know. And I know it may sound good, you know, if you sell your veils to say, you know, that you, when you put in your description, use wooden comb, but let me tell you, I also explain, I still use some wooden combs. I don't believe in wasting anything, so I will use them up. But, you know, if it's already made, but if it's made to order and I haven't made it yet, usually I will go ahead and put on a plastic comb, and I usually explain in the description why. That always helps, you know, when you explain why you're doing something. Okay, come on, comb. We can do this. I think I need a bigger knot on my string here, because that's a pretty big hole I have. And that's the other thing with the metal combs, you usually have to wrap material around it. With the plastic combs, they have 2 perforated circles on each end, and I'll show you what I mean. So you see those circles on either side? That's what's gonna help me sew this, secure it to the netting. And my doggy's hot. You see him drinking over there. I just turned the fireplace off. He loves sleeping in. He loves the winter. He loves being in the house in the winter. Did you know, this is a side fact, Frenchies can't be in temperatures over 72 degrees because they overheat. Which is why a lot of airlines will not, I don't know who would want to put their doggy under the plane anyway, but For Frenchies, they don't allow it. Do I have to make a really big knot? Jesus. Dion, your gulping is a part of my video, just so you know. He makes me happy too. Sometimes when I'm feeling a little blue, I'll be like, Dion, come here. I need a kiss. I need a hug. He's like, oh yeah. Kiss and hug here on the way. Plus a bonus kiss and hug. And then I'm like, okay, Dion. You see how much he's drinking? Oh my God. We're going to be finished with this video and he's going to still be drinking. Lord, I swear I give my dog plenty of water. I think he's extra warm today because he fell asleep in front of the fireplace. It's that temperature where you're like, do I turn on the heat? Do I open the window? It's been very windy here, so. Okay. Yeah, do I need to refill, Dion? Whenever I call his name, he gets frozen like a statue. Do I need to refill, baby? Yes, you are in the video, honey. You sure are. You are in my video. Big gulping. You're welcome for that little cameo, Dion. Dion's like, guys, drink your water. Drink every day. Right, D? Right, D? Right, baby? You should see him. He's frozen like a statue again. Whenever I call his name, he's like, what? What do you want? He's waiting for the next orders. Nothing, baby. You can go back to sleep. Okay. What I'm doing is just going from one hole to the other until my needle really doesn't fit anymore. And it's holding it pretty secure. Just gonna keep on doing this. We lose. Okay. We're getting there, people. We're getting there. Okay, I'm almost finished this up, and then we're going to steam this again because I figured out another way to keep the netting down where I want it, okay? Okay, so I'm using my millinery pins that have really tiny, short, but sharp points. Can you see that there? Okay. And I'm not doing it in the middle of the diamante. I'm doing it like on the diamond point. I'm just making sure this is my back. So I want to make sure that doesn't move around. I want this very top part to be a little bit flatter. And it's important to get this the way you want it to, because when you do your chenille art, you need to have this already set in place. Mind if it poofs out a little bit? I just want it around the top of the head to lay a little flatter. Okay, so this is the back where I have a little tiny split, but we've already established that is a-okay. Move this a little bit. This is going to be my face part. And they'll know where the face part is, whoever wears this, because that's where we're going to do our chenille art. We're going to do a heart. Why? Because we like hearts. I could do a little swirl, but I wouldn't do that in the face. I might do that on the side. But I just feel like doing a heart because I feel like I need to give myself a lot of love today. Okay. Okay. And can I tell you, if you don't have, if you're like, what can I use around the house if I don't have netting, or while I'm waiting for my netting to come in to practice a bit, or, you know, just play around with some designs? Guess what? You can also use a weaving net. Yeah, it's very fine. It's still a net. And it's very thin. And you can definitely cut it, gather it on both sides, use it as a veil. What? Oh yeah. Didn't know your weaving net could also double as a veil. And you can do the crinoline art on this. It's actually easy to do crinoline art on the smaller netting, because you can keep, you know, the artwork closer together. So from the front, I kind of like the way this is coming out. From the back, I need to kind of tuck that in a little bit, and then we're going to start steaming. Do you hear my dog snoring? Do you hear it? He's living his best life, and I am here for it. Mama is here for it. Okay? Definitely want the front to not be too flat to the face. Okay. So it's gonna look like lights out, but I only have one cord. I gotta turn off the ring light, put in the steamer. So that's warming up. I'm just gonna steam with this pulled out a bit. This is important up top to not be puckering out. And we are going to put a bow or something over that comb so you don't see it. I'm really just focusing on the top. And you know, the magic doesn't just come when you're steaming, it also comes when it's drying in the steam state. Okay, so I think that's enough for now. I'll let it dry before taking off those pins. And now for the fun part. Okay, so I'm gonna cut these about a little over 1/2 inch. Let me see how much, well, it balls up. So I don't want big chenille dots. Might need to make them smaller. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Yeah, all right. Making them closer to a 1/2 inch, I guess. And opposed to a little over a half. And you want to make them the same size because you don't want it to be, you know, off. That could change the shape. And can I tell you, I bought, these are just basically what they call pipe cleaners. Never seen a plumber clean a pipe with this, but okay. I've seen it for more arts and crafts. And so I bought pipe cleaners in assorted colors. They only give you a few black. So I had to buy a whole box of just black because I ran out of my chenille pipe cleaners in my multi-colored box. So this is just one pipe cleaner. We'll see how many I need for the whole thing. Okay. So we're going to do this rather close together because the diamonds are already far apart. So I don't need the chenille dots to be far apart because I don't want people to lose exactly what's going on here. I want them to clearly be able to see and sometimes, just sometimes, can I tell you, pipe cleaner, not pipe cleaners, I'm sorry, back up. Netting, this netting is very strong. The reason why I say that is because I have, before taking this, I have it hung up on a hanger, organized all my different netting colors. It snagged on so many things in that closet, removing it. I was like, oh my God, I don't want to break it. I mean, I didn't want to. This netting, it almost reminds me of fish netting because it did not break. It did not snag. I can't tell you how many times I've snagged this netting. It is very durable. It doesn't easily tear, rip. Now, let me tell you, I've had fishnet stockings that have ripped much quicker than this netting. Okay. So, making a V here. Wonder if I should come down a little bit more. If I do, it would be here. Yeah, I don't think I should come down any further than this. So I'm rolling this, it seems to be at least 3 times around itself. So I picked a good size, I think. And you could use any color you want. I'm using black chenille pipe cleaners. You could use red if you want a red heart, blue, whatever your favorite color is, purple. It doesn't have to be black. I say go crazy. Yeah. Go crazy. One fold, 2 fold, and then 3, curls it up into a ball. But make sure you don't have any pokies, because this rubs up against someone's face and you don't want them to be scratched, because in the middle of these pipe cleaners is a very, very thin, fine wire. It can scratch you if left untucked. Okay, so far I'm counting 3 and 3. You want to make sure you have the same on each side. You can see the top of the heart. It's like a V shape. Four, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think one more before I start to round it out, because I don't want this to, this is when I'm gonna try it on and make sure it's not too narrow on my face. Gotta try stuff out, you know. Sometimes we make stuff and don't wear it. You don't want your client to tell you what's wrong with it. You want to kind of know. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on each side. Now I'm going to curve in. Yeah, I see where I'm going with this. The 6th one will be the top of that curve. And then I'm going to come down. I predict it's going to take me 3 pipe cleaners. This is my 2nd one. If it takes me 2, I'll be very happy actually. And you can do anything. You can do a star, right? You can do almost anything. Anything your heart desires. You can do something abstract, you know. After a while, you just know what half an inch is. Okay. Yeah, now I'm going down. I'm going to make sure, though, that the other side, so this is 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to make sure the same number is on each side. Then we start to come down. One, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I feel like this rounded part is the most like complex. Yeah, I need to come a little wider with it. Okay, so from this point we have 4 coming down. Let's see. I think try to fill in that in a little bit. Let's see what's happening here. Do I want to bring it in like this? I think we should come down to here. 1, 2. Wait, no, that'll be too wide. I think one more, then we'll bring it in. I like even numbers too. So that's 6 going this way, 4, and we need to do 2 more over here. Are you guys having fun yet? I am. This is making me happy. What makes you happy? Please comment below. I would love to know. Okay. Yeah. Now we're going to bring it in. I'm just going to add a little bit. Let me see if I can add another one here. Yeah, you can make it tighter. So what I'm doing is up near the points, I'm adding more. Yeah. So that it doesn't feel too pointy. Uh-oh, I think I'm gonna need 4 because I'm already down to 2 and I'm still at the top. Yep. Down. Yeah, we're on the 3rd pipe cleaner right now. Yeah. Okay. Let's do another one. Okay, so it took 4 of these pipe cleaners. Now that the steam has cooled, hopefully the the top has flattened out a bit. I like these small tacks because when you put them in your wood, it doesn't dig deep. So you never have to worry about these small millimetry pins cracking your blocks if you're using a wood block. If you end up using an alternative, please let me know what you use. Yeah, see, it flattened out the top enough for me. And then we're going to put a bow there. But here's the test. You know, Mama got to try it on. Okay. So, before I put the bow on. And you know what? Now, I like that the back is split because when you put it on, you don't have to worry about, you know, possibly ripping the netting. Even though it's very durable, you know, you still want an opening. It's almost like your skirt having a split. You don't have to worry about. So this is where my pin's gonna go. What do you think, guys? Does it make... I like it. And I know if I put on some red lips, actually, hold on a minute. What do they say? Lipstick helps everything. I know I don't have the bow on yet. We're going to put on the bow. But I think with this heart, I gave myself some extra eyebrows. Let's see. Aww. What do you think, guys? Honestly. Should I have done a incomplete heart? Interesting, right? Yeah. What do you think? Would you wear it? That's where the bow is gonna go, but it's gonna be a tiny bow. Makes me happy though. It really does. I like it. Yeah. You have to like before anybody else likes it, but you see how I get myself some eyebrows? Why not? Life short. Have fun with your creations. Yeah. I'm not mad at it. Even though I kind of feel like I'm having a unibrow going on here. Are we missing the heart factor of this? But you get it. You get it. Have fun with your art, your cinema. And yeah. All right, I'm back, y'all. I felt like that was really funny, that heart shape I did. It didn't look funny on the mannequin. But on me, I look like Spock or Kevorkian from Star Trek. If you're a Star Trek fan, you know. If you know, you know. But I switched it up and I did something that I feel that I would wear, that I would, you know, expect my client to wear and not feel crazy or self-conscious about the eyebrows. So you see the design I did here? It's kind of like a zigzag, if you will. Yeah. It really, there's no rhyme or reason to it, to be honest with you. And that's what I want to iterate is that, you know, if you're saying, oh, why didn't you let us see the process? Whoops, I'm sorry, babies. Why didn't you let us see the process? Because, you know, I was removing the um, chenille dots from the heart and just placing them, and I made it up as I went, you know. I stuck to, you see, if there's like two in a row going this way and then two in a row kind of zigzagging. I was just following a pattern that really came as I was doing it. You know what I mean? If that makes sense at all. Um, so my my recommendation to you is don't get stuck on the patterns. Play with them, put it on, make sure it looks like something you would wear. And then just kind of go with the flow. And what I love about these chenille dots, these aren't new ones. These are all from the heart that I took off and just resituated, and it's asymmetrical. I didn't do it on this side. I could have, but I just didn't want to take that chance and looking like I had sideburns. So I said, let me do something asymmetrical. Okay. I did steam it a little bit to kind of bring the bottom in closer. So we're going to leave those pins there while it dries, but we still have to cover up that comb. So I found what they call a slider. It's not a button, but it just has a little line there that you can slide ribbon in, elastic, whatever you want to slide in there. And I pre-cut 2 satin ribbons. And what we're going to do is we're going to take one satin ribbon and put it in the slider on each side. Straighten it out a bit. And now we're going to take the other and put it on the other side of the satin ribbon. Okay. Kind of like doing a crisscross with the ribbon. So the heart is kind of served as the center of my bow. Somewhat of a bow. Okay. There we go. So when I put this on, I'm gonna fix these edges. I have rough edges. We're gonna fix that. But I want to place it and make sure what we could do. Look at this. Hey. Hey now. We could actually have a bow. Oh, I did not plan this. I did not plan this. Because you know what? We could either keep it spread out and just cut short, or we can actually make a bow. And I think I should make a bow, right? Yeah. So let's see what I have to do to make that happen. I think I'm gonna have to sew. I mean, I could use a little adhesive. I could. And I think it's okay to do. So let me get a little adhesive. Wait 1 second. I'm going to use this non-toxic fraying adhesive. Yeah, so this is fabric adhesive. And I'm trying to read. I don't have my glasses. I tell you, can y'all read what that first word is? In front of. Let's see, a little glue got on it. Hold on. Oh, maybe that's why I can't see. Oh, okay. It says permanent fabric adhesive. Okay. So it's not going nowhere. Okay, permanent fabric adhesive. So I am gonna clean up this end here. And you know what we do to fabric to seal the ends. Yes, you don't want to do it too much. This side doesn't look even with the other side, so I'm gonna go ahead so you guys can see. Make this even, because see, the bottom is more even than the top. Let me fold it, make sure I'm cutting it at the same length. Okay. All right. Let me just. I feel like I have to cut this again because it's not as even with the other side, the length. Yeah. Now we're even, right? Okay, let's seal these ends so they don't fray on us. Okay. So the heart is here. I can feel it. I don't want to tape it on the heart. I'm going to tape it just before we get to the heart. So I'm actually just going to put this on the corner. Oh, not too much. Okay, that's enough. Let me spread this a little bit without getting my hands too tacky. Okay. Let me press down. Hold it, count to about 30, 20 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Didn't it say permanent? Guys, didn't it say permanent? Isn't satin fabric? What? I'm gonna do this one more time. But look, it totally dissolved my fabric. Okay. I was trying to be nice by just putting on a little, but we going in. What is the problem? Huh. Okay. All right. That seems to be okay. I almost want it to cure a bit, you know what I mean? I'm going to be generous on this side. We learned from the other side. Be generous. Okay. Fold this over, not to cover the heart. Heart's there. Trying to make sure they're both same side. Okay. While that's drying, I hope that's going to be fine. Ugh, why is this acting up? Stay. This side is staying. You know what? I think this has to get a little tacky first. I think if it's too wet, it doesn't work. That's what I think. I think the other side got a little tacky from the first coat. That's why it worked. Because the other fabric glue said let it dry a little bit. We're going to let it dry a little bit before we bend it down. Okay, let me work on this, the ends. Cut it at an angle. Actually, I want to cut it a little bit shorter. Okay. It's a little tacky, I think. Yeah, it's not working. That's interesting, and I'm not giving up on this. I'm not. Because I will wipe it off and use something else. I don't want to use hot glue because I don't want it to bubble up, so let me see what we can find. We had to get out the big guns, okay? If E6000 don't do it. Ooh, I haven't used this in a minute, and it's hard to open. Okay, come on. Come on. Show them what you're made of. Now, the other one was non-toxic, which is probably why it didn't work as well. Or it's maybe for porous fabrics. As we know, satin. What? What is happening with my glue today? What? You know what? Y'all better not be embarrassing me on this YouTube. Okay. We're just gonna have to spread it out. Come on, work for me now. Work for me. Dang. I might as well have used hot glue. I want to get this on the end. Usually E6000 is not this gummy, right, guys? Oh, Lord. Why are you acting up right now? Okay. 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 I think it's working. Ugh. I think. Do not remember it being this gummy. I really don't. This is why I don't like using adhesive. If you stitch something, you don't have to worry about anything. When you use glue, you're like, ugh, at the mercy of the glue. Okay, this is just messy. People don't understand what it takes to get the look, right, guys? They don't understand. If I told them, you know what, I'm gonna cut this a little bit. Since we're at it, yeah. Come on. Okay. Ay. I think it's gonna stay. I do. It's tacky enough. Oh my goodness. My hands. Oh my goodness. Y'all know how it go. Okay. Okay, I will wash my hands in a minute. Oh my goodness. I did not expect this to go awry. Okay. But it's all right. We can handle anything. Y'all a fam. Y'all a fam. Y'all a fam. Okay. Oh, goodness. Guys, you gotta give me a minute. I gotta clean this up. We'll come back. Okay. Now, we put it on. Yes, it's facing the back. Because I wanted to. I meant it to be that way. Not really. I wanted the heart to face the other way. But as I was sewing it, it started turning. But we're going to say we wanted it this way. Okay? Yeah. I am so much more happy with this design. The Chanel art. Yeah. You see that there? How that turned out? Let me move more of my hair back. In fact, let's do this the right way. Because with veils and fascinators, they're really the star, you know. You want to really keep your hair out the way. And be the starlet that you are. Yeah. And you know, I like that. I like that side profile. Um, and it's not covering my face, but you see it enough from the side view. I'm happy with it. The top, I haven't even put the comb in. Let's put the comb in. Okay, that flattens out when I put the comb in. I will be ironing that, but I need to wait till the adhesive dries a little bit and just iron it so that, you know, it lays down a little bit more. But yeah, I think this is the ticket, guys. What do you think? I like it. I love it. I love it. I love it. But it will be a one piece original. This was the video that didn't end. It took me, remember, I was like, oh, I love veils. It only takes me an hour or two. This took me a minute. But it's okay. It was a learning curve. I know I am not doing hearts. We're going to think of some other designs to do, geometric designs, and just really have fun with it. Yeah. If any of you guys use the weave netting as a veil, let me know how that turns out for you. Yeah. I'm loving it, guys. I'm loving it. All right. Have fun. Till next week.